from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is strong.
Good morning and welcome to the GDFL Footy Show on a beautiful Saturday morning. The rain has gone away, the weather has cleared up, the clouds have cleared, and we're going for a beautiful day of footy in Geelong and a very exciting afternoon indeed coming up as the footy season draws to a close as we get closer and closer to finals action here in the Geelong District Footy League. Last weekend, the floor managers Belmont Lion Footy Club once again in a winning mood. They have knocked off Geelong West Cheetahs, and the poor old Cheetahs look like they may go through 2011 without a win this year, which is very disappointing for not only them but for football as a whole. The Tommy Tigers, yes, we'll talk about them a little bit later on. Got a very special guest. Tommy Tigers too good for Bannockburn, and I tell you what, Bannockburn 3 goals 20, an absolute disgrace. That's terrible in local footy. Sorry, Dale, but give me a dirty look here, folks. But 3 goals 20 in 4 quarters of footy is just not acceptable. But Jackson McLeod, unfortunately, getting an injury there for the Tommy Tigers, which may be season-ending for Jackson, which would be very disappointing indeed. He's a great fella and a great family. Belpo still Panthers, too good for the Cry Footy Club. Although Cry were not disgraced, but Belpo still hung on to win that game. The Winchelsea Blues, talk about that game out at the Gun Club. Now, Smithy told me last week they don't have a gun club out there anymore. But I tell you what, the big fella was ducking and weaving all day. I thought I got shot 7 times. And the Winchelsea Blues came home in the 90 seconds of the last quarter to knock off the North Geelong Magpies by 1 point. The big fella was already on his way back to Geelong celebrating. Matthew Warland kicking 5 goals for Winchelsea, and Paul Briggy 7 goals. He's now taken his season tally to 73. East Geelong Eagles defeated Inverleigh. Inverleigh come back down to crunch with a little bit with that sort of loss. Lucas Murphy kicking very well this year for the East Geelong Eagles, and Brett Connors 4 goals. And the 94.7 match of the day, the Werribee Centrals Footy Club defeated the Anarchy Roos with Nathan Lovell, an exceptional performance in the ruck for Werribee Centrals. Hello, I am Dick Philpott, and once again I've assembled some of the biggest names and brains in local football to eradicate, adjudicate, communicate, and definitely not procrastinate. First of all, the man who told me they don't shoot guns anymore at the Winchelsea Golf Club, the Whale, Dale Smith, good morning.
Did I say that, did
You said last week they don't shoot anymore out there.
I said I was out there last week and they didn't shoot when we were out there.
Well, there must have been 16 EH-holders doing backfires around the ground then because there was something going on.
A lot of holding utes out there, mate. So,
Is it?
Yeah, good.
How's the Clubrooms out there? They are massive.
Mate, when they finish them off, it'll be a huge... It's a community effort, I think, that everyone will be able to partake in, but look, it'll be really good for the footy club. No problem.
And I'm not one to exaggerate, but I reckon it's bigger than the Great Southern Stand at the MCG. Or maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Just a tad.
And yes, we've got another special guest on the show this morning. He is from the Tommy Tigers from Godfrey Street, Thunderdome. There he is on the screen there. Have a look at that. Shane Grapsis, the football director of the Tommy Tigers, the City Tigers. How are you, Shane?
Very well, thanks, Dick.
Great to have you on the show. Gee, it's good to have a new bloke on the show occasionally. We usually get Johnny Mitchell in here and actually got the same haircut as John, but never mind.
He's in New York.
Oh,
the mayor.
On a junket.
No, civil service.
Civil service?
Civil service.
Unbelievable. That's fantastic.
Serving the community.
Well, Shane, we're going to have a bit of a chat to you later on and find out the Shane Grapsis story and his connection with those Tommy Tigers. I'm not even going to call them the Violet Crumbles tonight because he might belt me. You never know what will happen there. Now, we've got a fantastic interview from the 94.7 match of the day last week out at Footrot Flats, Werribee Central's Footy Club, David Leach. And wait for it, folks, he's talking to Grubby Cations. Here they go.
Forget about the 4 points for a minute. This was one you really wanted to win after one of your sayings. They stole the 4 points off us last time. It was one you really wanted to win today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, mate. Well, like I was dirty as last time when we dropped the 4 points down there. That's one we shouldn't have dropped, and they play good footy, and I haven't forgotten. And the themes during the week was probably that, and these boys need to come up here. It's always tough coming up here, Grubby, and this is probably one of the big road trips. They're in good form, and we needed to really dedicate ourselves today because I wasn't dropping another one.
Now, at the start of the game, we lost the toss, obviously. We kicked against the wind. The on-ballers and the backline were absolutely fantastic. They did everything they asked you to do. Did that set the victory up?
Yeah, so I suppose I took the backline and the on-ballers at the start for a walk, and those blokes are the one who won us the game in the first quarter. They needed to really push back into the defence. The backline just couldn't give an inch, and you're right, they're the ones that set us up, so well done. Good, great observation.
Now, you yourself today, you obviously put in a shocker. What do you put that down to?
Yeah, no, probably not. I'd love to have a couple more players on the park at the moment so I could have a couple of weeks off. But yeah, no, probably not one of the best ones. Probably the same as you stand on that step to make yourself as taller as you need to be. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. But hey, it's not about how many kicks I get. It's about these blokes playing together as 22 mates, and that's what we're doing. And we'll get probably about four blokes back next week, then a couple the week after, and then we'll see if we can get on a bit of a roll before the finals.
Well, a couple of tough games coming up on a pretty good road to the finals in actual fact. Look, tell us, everyone, can you beat East Geelong? Were you beaten Inverleigh? Can you beat Belpost Hill?
Yeah, like we played both those games. We were only one goal down with not one goal down, 9 minutes to go against Belpost, and then we're riding the game all the way with East as well. We can definitely beat either of those sides, mate. I think we're probably 4 or 5 goals better than we were last year, and we're looking forward to the finals.
Mate, thanks very much for coming out after the shower. I know it's a bit cold out here, but thanks very much. Good luck for the rest of the year, and that'll do us from out at Footrot Flats here at Anarchy. Thanks, Vano.
And welcome back, and a great interview there by Grubby Casons. He's on a biscuit tin, or he's on his 1975 platform shoes that he carries around when people ask him to stand up.
Empty cans, Dick.
Empty cans, were they? You can't stand on empty cans anymore. They collapse under you. Well, the old days, you could stand on a couple of dozen, and no one really used to bother about it. Yes, well done, Grubby. That was good. And about interviews next week, don't call us, we'll call you. Maybe. Yeah, we're going to look at the ladder now, as it really gets wound up now as we're getting towards the final series. And on top, no surprises there. East Geelong and Belpost still leading the fleet there on 12 wins and 1 loss each. And they're no doubt going to be a major factor in that football finals action this year. Followed by Werribee Central's Inverleigh and Anarchy just hanging on there inside the final 5. But the big interest comes from the Tommy Tigers. They have come from nowhere after a pretty ordinary start to the season, and they are now knocking on that door of the final 5. There's a big chance the Tommy Tigers, with a couple more wins under their belt, just might sneak in there at the expense of either Anarchy or Inverleigh. North Geelong gone, Gorrrne. Absolutely a dreadful effort against Winchelsea last week, followed by Bannockburn and North Geelong. Bannockburn, of course, clash this weekend. That'll be interesting. I say that with a gross lot of cynicism. Anyway, Corio and Winchelsea, Belmont Lions, 3 wins. They are, tell you what, if we had another 15 rounds, they might have made the final 5. And Geelong West still to open their account. And Smithy, I guess the only interest at the moment is, can Thompson take the place of either Anarchy or Inverleigh?
You sit back and look at their run from now on in. They've only got Inverleigh this week, and that's going to be the deciding game. I think after that, it'll be a big gap then, I think, because Anarchy, I think this week, I can't remember who they've got, but I think they've got Belmont, I think, might be this week, out home. And that might open up that gap to 8 points again. So, look, it's an important game. Both clashes was important last week because it could have gone to 12 points, 8 points, or stayed the same. So, they'll give it a run. Don't worry about that.
No worries, mate. OK, well, we're going to take a short break, pay some bills, and be right back after this.
Football, let's get into it all until the final.